subscribers that have joined up recently. It's great to have you on board. Hope you enjoy the content. And thank you to those returning subscribers who keep watching my videos and leaving such positive comments. So it's been a while, and that's because life is extremely busy. Internet's not great because we're going into our wet season. But what I did this time is I've done things a little differently. I've vlogged a bit across a couple of days. Up to you what you watch. It's all about crocheting, possibly plushies, getting ready for market prep, trying out new patterns, make-alongs, that sort of thing. So it's quite a lengthy video, but it'd be great if you could watch it to the end. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a positive comment, your favorite item, your favorite moment in the video, any feedback on patterns and things you'd like me to give a go, all that sort of thing. I love reading the comments, and I have liked a little crojo, and even to do videos, it's like really takes it out of me to think of things. So yeah, encourage me, inspire me with some feedback. That would be great. Okay guys, stay tuned. Enjoy what's to come. Bye for now. Hi, welcome to my vlog, day one, Wednesday morning, early before I go to work. Still not quite up to scratch to go to work. Still looking a little rough, but I'll get there. Work's pretty busy at the moment, always is this time of year. I don't even get much crafting done on my breaks this time of year. Anyway, I thought I'd share with you, first off the rank in my vlog, is Happy Mail that was sent to me by the lovely Christine in New South Wales, Australia. She's been a subscriber and a follower for a long time. She often sends me stuff. She emailed me to ask me if I wanted this. Yes, certainly. And she sent it, and it got here really quickly. So here we go. I am prepping for my next market, which is Sunday, December the 7th. Maybe that's the date, who knows. And last market I took 45 tea towels and sold 30, which left me 15 on hand. I won't show you what I've made. I'm up to 40 at the moment. I've made 40. I'm hoping to get to 45 by next Sunday. Anyway, Christine has sent me tea towels, ones that I can't get here. So I'll start with this one, Holly. There's 3 in each pack. This one reminds me of my mum, because mum used to decorate our Christmas table when we were in Australia with artificial, early morning planes, holly. But my childhood memory from England, because we did immigrate, was she used to put fresh holly on the table from her garden. So yeah, I really like this one. This one's got gingerbread man. This is gorgeous. I'm laughing because I bought one, and you buy them in packs, and I don't open them up till I get home. And the ones I bought weren't really suitable for tea towel toppers, which means they end up in my tea towel drawer, which is getting quite full. So another 3 in there. And this one has a beautiful Santa one. I think Emma's Quest would like that. Emma, she loves Santa and Christmas. But yeah, 9 tea towels she sent me, which will come in really handy. But not only that, it's in this bag with a little note, basically for Judy. That was all that's on the note. She sent me 3 cottons she found at a thrift shop, St. Vinny's. This one is awesome. I've had a tea towel in my tea towel stock for a couple of years. I like to match the colours, and I've never been able to match the colour to this one, and I really didn't want to put white on it, and this is perfect. So that is going to get done this week with that colour. I don't have colours on. Oops, dropped it. Sorry guys. It's just made into, it's the cotton I use. I usually can get 2.5 tea towels out of one of these. And then she sent me 2 neutral colours. Neutral colours are really good for tea towels. I cannot match the colour, but a neutral colour works. This one I've never seen before. Clever Country 100% merchandise cotton 4-ply made in Turkey. These will be perfect. So there you go, my happy mail from Christine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, Christine, you sending me this stuff. And what I've decided is I will talk about it in December. I'm going to, besides Emma's Quest, start fundraising for another little boy who's facing difficulties in life. And if you don't mind, Christine, I thought if I do these and sell them, that I would donate the money to his fund. Currently in my workplace, we are fundraising for a car for the family, a wheelchair converted car. And before it can be even converted, the car is $50,000. So, and every little bit counts. So when I sell them at market, his ticket will be the tickets will be coded for him, and I'll donate that money to his fund. I hope you approve, Christine. I really appreciate you thinking of me, posting it, sending it, and I sort of feel like I have to do something worthwhile with it. I donate the funds to charity, a certain charity. So this may be kicking off in December, the fund that I'll start fundraising for, just little bits here and there. So I've got to go and get ready for work. Some vlog days and I may come and go. Other days may be days apart. But hopefully you enjoy me doing it this way. It's just life is really busy. To sit down and do one long video is just too much for me at the moment, and I've come up with this idea. So stay tuned for the next section of this vlog. Bye for now. Hi, back again. Same day, later in the day after work. Feeling a bit rough and ready. Work is busy, and I thought I'd do a bit more of a vlog before I sit down to settle down to getting dinner ready and having dinner and crafting tonight. It's been about 35 degrees Celsius. Don't ask me what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm brain dead. Very humid, and the sun comes and goes. It's overcast. So that also is very draining this time of year. We call it the build up to the wet season, when all the rain is coming. And the more it builds up, the hotter and more humid it gets. Anyway, guys, this part of the vlog. Often we show all our great successes, but I have a couple, I don't know if I'd call them failures, but they didn't quite work out the way they should. And the reason I'm showing you these is I'm having a bit of a cleanup of what I will take to market. Will I try and sell them at a discounted rate? So, first off the ranks, if you've been following me for a while, you would know I did Bear in a Box with Craftably Ever After Cassandra, and I really enjoyed it. And this I did show in a video, and I'll try and put a link somewhere up here to the video, my Bear in a Box. She's a bit of a mess at the moment, but no, it had all the bedding and what have you, and I thought of setting this up and taking it to the market. Now this was my finished bear. She is still a little bigger than the one Cassandra did. But when I first started, I thought, I'll make a plushie bear. It won't be much bigger. So that was my finished project in acrylic for Bear in a Box, which she lives in here, and I'll have to set her up for a display. I am going to take it to market and see if I can sell it. So I started Bear in the Box thinking I'll be really clever. I'll do a plushie. And I know I was sitting there making it, and things said to me, that's a really long bear. You're going to need a sea container for that bear. Well, here he is, finished. That's how big he turned out compared to my little girl. Now, I put a cork in his neck to hold his neck still, and that cork kept moving. So not only did he turn out big, but I had to open him up and do brain surgery and remove the cork, which turned out really well. I did a short on me doing brain surgery, but he looks pretty plain. His head's a bit wobbly. He's made in Jolly Joy velour, Christmas velour brown, I think, ages ago when they first started bringing it out. I gave him a scarf, a little knitted scarf, to dress him up. But I'm going to sell him at the market. I'll probably do a discounted rate because he's not exactly perfect. What do you think? To my bear in a sea container. Actually, the boys have nicknamed him Larry the Lanky Bear because he's so tall. He was the standing bear. I ended up doing the little girl sitting bear. And yes, sometimes when you do an acrylic pattern, and this is quite a fine velour, they don't always turn out the size you think they're going to be. So not really a failure, but not a success, number one. Number two, so everyone was making scrump, and scrump is really popular, and I had the pattern for the big scrump. I'll make that for the market. I actually started making it for the last market, but lo and behold, living in the tropics, I don't have the machine to do the eyes or the felt eyes, couldn't find felt dots in the colors, couldn't find buttons. So I thought, well, I'll crochet my own eyes and belly button, and there she is. That's scrump. And it's not great. The blue eye is not quite right. The belly button's not quite right. I haven't decided if I'll take her to the market and sell her, or I will remove these and come up with something else. But that was my big sitting scrump that never made it to the last market. And I'm not 100% sure if I should send her to this market until I really hate the eye. Oh, it's the blue. The black's not too bad, but the blue just doesn't quite work. But that's my two, well, not successful, not complete failures, but not successful. A little bit like, well, I don't even know if I should be selling them. Just maybe giving them away. What do you think? My scrump and my Larry Lanky Bear could have, would have maybe been better if I'd really given them much thought and I'd planned scrump better. There is a mini scrump, and I can get smaller buttons, so maybe I'll make that in the future because I am preparing for market. That's today's. Maybe back tomorrow, who knows? Just depends on how life is traveling with another part to this blog. Bye for now. Hi, back again with another vlog for today. It's very early Thursday morning. I haven't even showered or started getting ready for work yet. It's just got daylight outside, but it's quite overcast. So today I thought I'd show you some of the regular preps I have been doing for the market, and share the patterns with you and the ideas and see what you think. First off the rank, I write down a lot of feedback from my markets, even though I don't do many. And I had a lady who wanted it, well, would consider a stingray in their totem family colors, which were red and black. They were indigenous local family. And I have made one quite big. She did like the big one. Here he is. Now I may make a smaller one in case the bigger one is too expensive for her, because he does take quite a bit of blanket yarn. I use Spotlight blanket yarn that we have here in the black. I did decorate him with yellow on top because usually the totem colors are 3, and if it's red and black it's usually a gold or yellow. And I gave him artificial eyes because I think this will go to an older person. For this I've used it before, I've got notes on it, Ruby Ray, the Mega Ray, Teresa's Crochet Shop, this one. I do it with embroidered eyes because kids love to hug it, and I wish I had time to make another one. It is hard on my hands. It takes me a couple of days. Like I make the top and then I have to rest my hands for a couple of days. But that is the first thing I've made for my market. I've told her no obligation to buy. It will sell. So I went through my inventory list where I've sold 1 or 2 of things and thought I should top them up. And I decided to make my go-to axolotl, and I made him in these greens, like a Minecraft green, and he's got embroidered eyes because kids usually buy these and I don't want to risk it. Now I bought this pattern ages ago, probably my first axolotl pattern, and I really like it. I did print it in black and white. It's Toys Melina off Etsy. It's a paid for pattern, same as the Stingray, paid for patterns. I'll put a link to the shops in the description below. I keep saying I have to do like a Word doc you can just access, and I just keep listing all the patterns I use. But he's a good size. He's like the largest I do, and probably I do one slightly larger. But yeah, I sell him for about $18, and the slightly larger one I sell for $20, but it's only about that much bigger. But they do sell, and I did sell an axolotl at my last market, so I made one. Then I was going through all my bag buddies, because I did do a lot of bag buddies in my $15 mystery bag, just gathering them up, folks. And I thought, well, some of the older stock will go into mystery bags this time, and I'll do some new bag buddies, which I sell for about $8. And so here we go. I made a little stingray bag buddy. Stingrays are really popular here. Could that possibly be because about an hour up the coast is where Steve Irwin died, the wildlife warrior, when he was hit by a stingray. They're quite deadly and quite poisonous, and you see them swimming around slapping their tails. You should get out of the water. But yeah, he's on a little keychain. He's a stingray bag buddy, and that's just Melina's yarn. He has got artificial eyes, but that's fine for bad buddies. I don't do all artificial eyes, but I have got quite an artificial eye stock that I want to use up some of them. So then this is a Melina yarn, and well, this is Teresa's crochet shop free tutorial on her YouTube site. So, and it's really great, and depending on the yarn you use is the size it comes out. This is quite thin Melina yarn, so he came out a little smaller and ended up being a bag buddy. This is Melina yarn. This is by Tammy at Mompreneur. This is her tutorial. This is my go-to octo now. I really like the curly legs. It's all in one, very little, you know, just stitch it up. I did give him artificial eyes. And I made a few of Tammy octos in different, these are all Melins that I have, and used artificial eyes. So yeah, 3 using her tutorial, and as you can see, depending on the size they turn out to be, with Melins, that's what they are. And then I decided, because I have another quite a big idea that I've come up with that I'll show you in another video, because I haven't quite finished it. I need to get some white blanket yarn. And I needed turtles. But then I started experimenting with all this polar fleece yarn that I have from Spotlight that they had in and discontinued. This one turned out really small. I use Myrtle, the turtle pattern. I have that. I bought that on Etsy. I've always found it comes out a bit small, but that was like a 3. No, that might have been smaller. That's not actually polar fleece. That is the yarn that Vintage Meg sent me, the velvet yarn, and he turned out really small. So he's a little keychain. He's even small for a bag buddy, but he'll go in the keychain section. And then this is polar fleece, and the reason it's purple and green, but it's more than 15 rows, so I can't enter it. Travel Crochet this week, hers is purple and green minis, no more than 15 rows. But I made another one, and this is a 4mm hook, and that's what it turned out. And that is polar fleece from Spotlight that I had in my stock. And he's got embroidered eyes, because I think those two have embroidered eyes. They're quite cute. So he's a bag buddy, he's a key ring. So what, 1, 2, 3, 5 bag buddies, 1 key ring I made. So then I also have some things on the go, some new things for me, and some unique things, and some make-alongs that I haven't quite finished, that I hope to finish in the next few days, and I'll come back and show you those. I also did a little yarn shopping this week, very unintentionally. I went to Spotlight for something else, Won't be a moment. I have to gather it up. Okay, I went to Spotlight shopping for something else. Didn't find what I was looking at for, and then noticed they had filled their Melina yarn bins. On top was a new colour or new variegated colour, and it's hard to get variegated for me was this one. I actually bought 2 bags of that. It was on special at $8.40 a bag. So I bought 2 bags of that because I could see a loaf cap. Something else. When I saw it, I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for a loaf cap. And then I thought, oh, possibly for drift octopus. I think that'd be a good colour. I'm always looking for variegated. I also found this, and it's open because I've started using it today. I wanted to experiment with it. It's really tightly bundled, and it's like a flat chenille, or look at how flat and thin it is. Now, I've been using a 4mm hook and experimenting with it. It's really good to work with. It doesn't shed. So I'll let you know and show you what I make with it. I just thought this morning, because I haven't been able to sleep really well, I just sat there messing around, experimenting, freehanding. I also bought, oh, sorry guys, it's really hard to get neutral colors. Now this is a cream, not a white. Probably looks white on camera, but it's like a creamy colored, and I thought, well, that'll come in handy. I don't have any cream, and I've used all my grey Zaddy craft yarn, which I love Zaddy craft yarn. Oh, I wish I could afford a lot more of it, but I bought this in grey because I thought it was a good colour grey. So they were my acquisitions this week. They're all $8.40 for 400 gram bags. I don't know what's gone off there, because they used to put retail was $18, now full retail price. Now they're putting full retail price is $14. They used to discount it to $10 or $12. Now they're discounting it to $8.40. It's really quite strange. Anyway, I picked up some yarn I'll use. I keep saying I'm trying to get my yarn stashed down. I am, but for plushie yarn, I didn't have as much on hand as possibly other people when I started making them. And I'm trying to use up some of the things I have, like the velvet yarn that I bought, and the mill ends that I bought in the past, and of course the blanket yarn. What do you think to my stingray? Did he turn out really? Look, I like making them. I'm sorry I feel really bad that they hurt my hands, because I do sell these at a decent price and people love them, and I reckon he's going to get a lot of attention. Anyway guys, I've got to go and get ready for work. So that's it for today. I'll probably do one more vlog and wind it up for this week when I find time. Bye for now. Welcome back to another vlog, and the end of week vlog. It's Sunday morning. It's quite overcast. We've had a few storms, so you may hear some rolling thunder because there's more coming. Today's vlog is about different items I've made for different make-alongs that I can still sell on my craft market store, because I'm in the process of market prepping. But as of this morning, I have $2,500 retail in stock ready to sell. Is that enough, or is it too much? Who knows? So I'll get started with the make-alongs. So I'll just grab that. In October, I was doing Pink October and making things in pink, and I started this little plushie, crocheting this little plushie, and then I became disillusioned by all the crocheted facial features. It seemed an awful lot, and I put it away. And then I think it might have been Friday night when Reeb said, you really should finish some of the things you've started. So I decided to finish it. Here it is. Ta-da! It is Kirby. Ta-da! It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I'll just hold the pattern up. The location of all the patterns I've used, whether it be a tutorial, a Ravelry pattern, a Etsy pattern, website pattern, will be in the description below. So this has been in my library for a while, and I thought, well, I'll make it. But You crochet the eyes, sew them on, crochet the mouth, sew them on, crochet the blush, sew it on. In the end, I decided to adapt it because I didn't like the way it was turning out. I'm not keen on the eyes. I just sewed some blush on because I thought I did do the crocheted blush and thought it was too big, and I sewed the mouth on because the crocheted mouth looked too big. But that is my crocheted plushie. I used Melina yarns, Jolly Joy, that is, I can feel it, and some acrylic for their facial features. But there you go, my Kirby for Pink October, and it'll be going on my market stall. That's the first make along. The next make along is we have Traveller's Wheel with Tracy at Traveller's Crochet, and first week was you had to do, it was a pun, and you had to do it with polka dots. And I'm not great on puns, but the 40-year-old son, the youngest one, Reeves, is the master of puns. He always has been since he was little. And as soon as I said it, this just came out like 10 seconds later out of his mouth. And I went looking and I found a pattern. So I am introducing you to Trevor the Turtle. He is a turtle. He eats lots of peas and corn. That's his polka dots. He's quite big and heavy. Now, I used the Etsy pattern that I bought and then changed it a bit. I did the feet. I put the feet and head on like I do with No Catchy Names tutorial. I didn't want to sew them on like they had. But yes, this is Trevor Turdle. There were lots of things he came up with later, like you could do a cow in a Wellington boot and call it Beef Wellington. But yes, he was hard on the hands. He's made in Spotlight blanket yarn, both the beige and the brown. And I sewed on all the little corn and peas. It's blanket yarn. But he will be going as a feature on my store. Whether I sell him or not, I don't know. I did like the fact that the flippers had the brown trim. But yes, Trevor the Turtle. What's in a name? Which brings me to the next one. So Mad Mooney Swimming and Crochet in October started What's in a Name Make Along. And for November it was the name was to be a pattern for one of your parents. I'm just taking some things off this. And I couldn't find anything in my mother's name because my mother's name is Phyllis. She hated her name. Most people called her Phil. But my dad's name is Leonard. And I had this pattern that I bought, which happens to be from Tracy, who's running Traveller's Wheel. And here we go. Leonard the Lobster. And I made Leonard the Lobster. Oh, for What's in a Name. The hardest thing for me was the big claws. The rest of it was pretty easy. He's made in Spotlight Jolly Joy yarn because I thought it might be difficult, and that yarn's just great to work with. I wish they had it in like 64 colours all year. It is really nice yarn. His legs need to be probably blocked or steamed so they hang down more. But yes, there's Leonard the Lobster, a paid for pattern on Tracy's website. And that was for What's in a Name for November. December, Laura's announced we're not doing one for December because it's a really busy month for her and everyone else. And that's fine by me because it is. I've got the market this coming weekend, next Sunday. And it's a big market usually. It all depends on whether these storms don't build up into a cyclone. So, another make along, or something I join in, which is with Rose of Rose Likes Crochet, Random Acts of Kindness. So for November we could do fidget key rings or flowers, and I decided to do fidget key rings. I think I've done 5. Here's 3 of them, and I had a lot of this Lime Brown Kitchen Cotton and this Sugar and Cream scraps and quite a few pony beads, and I decided I'd make them for Random Acts of Kindness, and I've also made a couple for my key rings to go to the market, because I really like this. This is a tutorial by In My Spare Time Crochet, not Jill, Jen, I think it's Jen. I get the two of them mixed up, the names, but In My Spare Time Crochet tutorial. I love this. It was so quick and easy to whip up, and I like the way they turn out. I think they make great little bag buddies or key rings and the beads. So such a good tutorial, guys. You really should check that out. So for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness, I'll be putting them around my supermarket. I put some out yesterday, and I have to have made more because they're just so quick and easy. So for market prep, and I wanted some bigger items that were different that I hadn't made. And remember, if you've watched me before, in a previous video I mentioned Perry the Platypus, because one of my, I think it might have been Laura from Mad Meanings Crochet and Farming, who suggested animals around me, and we have platypus up on the tablelands near Youngaborough, where you can go and view them if they come out. They come out early morning, at night you can see them, or just on dusk. And I decided I would make another platypus. I have another pattern after this one to try. This is Puddles the Baby Platypus. It's a paid for pattern from Esty, Teresa's crochet shop. I actually really like her patterns. This was really easy. He can go. There is an egg to go with him. You can put him in an egg, but I think he turned out big enough. I'm trying to see. Yeah, like you can put him in an egg, like that little picture there. But he turned out quite big for me, and I don't know if it's the yarn I use. And I decided, no, I wouldn't put him in an egg. But here he is. Here's my baby Puddles. And he, with his tail, actually stands up. And that is all Zaddy Craft yarn, my #1 favourite yarn. It's so easy to work with. And it doesn't matter what I make, my hands don't hurt. Same as the Jolly Joy, my hands don't hurt. But the blanket yarn, oh, my hands hurt all the time. So yes, Puddles the Platypus, baby platypus. I think he's really cute. And he goes well with my next one, which didn't turn out quite as good as I would have liked. And I know where I'll make improvements next time. But this is by, oh, I looked it up. It's an Instagram pattern. It's free. Is it Crochet by Lisa or something like that? Anyway, I'll put a channel, an Instagram link in the description below. And here it is. It's koala in overalls. Ta-da! I would do the ears a bit different to the way she does them. I stuck strictly to the pattern, except I added fur. And now it's the ears I don't like. And that's why I added the fur, to make them look a bit different. But the next time I make it, I just do the ears my way. But that is all Zaddy Craft yarn except the fur. And such a joy to make with that yarn. I have so much red and green that Ulia gave to me. You'll be seeing a lot more green items in the future made with Zaddy Craft yarn. But yeah, I know everyone overseas raves about Elise Voluto, and I did look at buying it, and then I thought, why would I bother when I could just buy Zaddy Craft? And he's always improving the range of colours, and I really like working with it. And stick to Australian yarns. There's another one I want to try, and I thought, well, when my budget allows me to buy yarn, I think I know where I'll be going, because I really like it. So soft, so easy to work with, barely sheds at all, easy to sew. So I have a platypus and a koala. It's a bit of Australiana for my market. They'll be going on my store. The big idea, my big idea. So at my last market, I had a tray with chickens, ducks, and chicks in an egg, and I called it the hatchery. And I sold all 5 chicks in an egg. I sold chickens and ducks out of it, and it was really popular. And one of the customers, a male customer, said to me, why don't you do other animals in an egg, like a dinosaur. And I went, that's a good idea. And I'd been stewing on it. I don't really enjoy making chicks in eggs, but they are popular. So I've almost finished. I am one off. Here is my hatchery. Ta-da! I have made 5 of each. So the first one, of course, I've made, can't show you that one. I have to show you that last. I've got 5 chicks in eggs. I've got different colors. I've got yellow, sorry, nervous hiccups, and brown chickens, and I've used a bit of fur on top. So that's one of the yellow ones. That's one of the brown ones that whenever people pick them up, the little kids go, oh, rooster. I never say it's not a rooster. I just say, yeah, it is, because he's brown. So there's 5 of those. And then I took the guy's advice and I decided to make little dinosaurs that go in eggs, and they do fit. So the chicks in eggs pattern, I've got it somewhere. I use the same egg. I just work out the number of rows to make it fit. So I've got, and I've made 4 of those. I need to make 1 more. See, I've got a little yellow one. This is a free Instagram pattern, and for the life of me, I didn't make any notes today. Life's just busy. I will have it in the description below. So 5 chickens in an egg. So far I've got 4 dinosaurs, and the only reason I haven't got a 5th one is I've run out of white blanket yarn for eggs, and I have to go and buy some. And then, and I really like these, I got really carried away, and I did baby turtles in an egg. And he comes out, and we have a little turtle, even with his tail. This is, the turtles are made out of the polar fleece yarn, I think it was that polar velvet yarn that Spotlight carried for a brief moment, and I bought every color, I think, and I wanted to use it up. And actually, the more I use it, the more I don't mind it. I used a 3mm crochet hook. I use that fine polar fleece yarn, and I use Myrtle, the turtle pattern, and they're just the perfect size with that crochet hook. And I really like making them. So that's one of the turtles in an egg. Here's another one. Ta-da! He comes out. Little turtles in an egg, which I think are going to be really popular. I'll be surprised if they're not. And I've made 5 turtles in an egg. So in my box, there's 15 eggs with 3 different things in it. The guy also suggested dragons, but I haven't got the box is only really big enough for 3 different types, unless I do mix it up and only do 3 of each or 2 of each. But yeah, this is my hatchery. So what I do is I put a sign along here, hatchery, and I have little pictures of the animals in them, and I usually have one open so people can see. And they really were attracted to the hatchery before. So that's one of my ideas, and I'll be selling those. I haven't decided whether, I think I'll make them $12. There's a bit of work in the turtles, not so much in the chickens and dinosaurs and the eggs. So I'm thinking just have them all at $12, and that's it, $12 each. What do you think to my hatchery? Was it a good idea? Let's hope it's a big hit at my market. I've done up my mystery bags. Right now I'm looking at like having 14, because Reeb's printed off the Christmas flyer front page thing. Won't be a moment, I'll get one and show you. Back again. My printer was playing up at work, and he did this for me at his work and printed off, and he did. Turns out there's 14, and I said make them a bit Christmassy. They're $15, and you get a crochet plushie and a keychain buddy, and it could be a plushie or it could be acrylic, just depends. And I put other things in there. Now they're not Christmas plushies, but in there I'll put, like, I've got some Christmas pencils, Christmas candy cane, and stickers. And then I fold them over at the top and staple them. Now the items themselves are wrapped in tissue to help so people can't sort of see through the bag. But yeah, I've done up 14 of those. I've got to had some stickers and things before I close them up. So that's one thing I've got done already today. Won't be a moment. So the other thing I've done is Karen, hi Karen, she sends me these little, I call them dancing finger octos. The kids love. I dropped it. My fingers are too fat. And I usually have a basket of them. There you go, that fingers. And that's how, and the kids can buy them $3 each or 2 for $5. And I've sold quite a few, and I've got maybe 8. I've got 8 left because that's what made me decide. Someone gave me these little boxes when I was talking about mystery bags. They thought they were bigger. They're like party goodies for when kids go to party. And what I've done, I've put one in each box. I've put a little sticker and I'll put a candy cane, and I'm going to sell them for $5 each box. So it's just a goodie mystery box for $5, and I've done 8 little octos. And that money I'll go to Ember's Quest because that's who Karen donated them for. But yeah, they'll have a little sticker, a candy cane, and an octo for $5. I think that's pretty good myself. So that's it. That's some market prep that I have for you today. Tomorrow, Monday, is my day off. And I'll be doing more market prep or finishing things off. Because December is usually my last market until April. I may do one before, who knows, if something comes along. And if I don't sell a lot of the stuff I have. And I've got enough inventory to do another market. But what was your favorite item today? Oh, look, I really loved making Turdle. I think he's funny. I see the humorous side of him, and I reckon he'll sell. I'm going to put a price on him. He's quite a bit of work, and if he sells, I'll let you know. But I'm certain he's going to attract attention at my marketplace. And I really liked making the platypus, and I love Zaddy craft yarn. Sorry guys, I just do. So easy to work with. Teresa's crochet shop for me is one of the probably my favorites that I go to looking for patterns before I go looking anywhere else. I find those patterns are really well written, lots of photos, lots of instructions, so easy to follow for me, an advanced beginner I say, and I'm getting better at it. But that's the vlog. Now I've got to put it all together. Hope you enjoy it. And let me know in the comments below your favorite item. What did you think me vlogging each day? It is busy. Life is really busy. And for some reason, I don't have much crochet. I'm not sure I like doing market prep unless, like to do the eggs, doing the turtles really excited me. I like cows where I can make like the turtle or the lobster, that sort of thing. It's just, I can't batch make, and sometimes I can sit there and go, I just don't want to do any market prep. I want to do something different. So I'm probably looking forward to a break from markets. But guys, stay well, stay safe, and I'll catch you next week. Bye for now.